Oh boy, the UK police sure are going to be very busy going after the little girls that are defending themselves against the predator protected class in their society that they imported in. As there's a two-tier justice system in the world right now that's being exposed in real time here, as clearly a lot of people are feeling fatigued more than ever with what I would call a larger divide and conquer agenda that clearly is pointing out the differences in our societies and the way that authorities are reacting to them, as I would say that the authorities are deliberately pouring gasoline on this particular divide and conquer fire in order to try to, of course, rule over us as we fight each other over a lot of these petty squabbles, but in reality, larger representations of pure discrimination that has been happening and becoming more and more legalized and will become more and more fervent the less the white population actually exists in this society. And with depopulation and the extinction of particular people from having children, from reproducing, especially with a lot of kind of outside factors that are helping contribute to that, we have these two wild situations. One regarding Shiloh Hendrix, which we just got a major update with, and Raja Jackson. And a lot of people are pointing to these two cases as the perfect representation of a two-tier justice system, but are they right? Is it true that one of these people is going to jail and the other one is not? Well, we're going to answer that question and a lot more in this particular video in a conversation that's not too easy to have here, but we're going to do our best to have it as honestly and as real as we can. And if you appreciate that, subscribe, click the notification button. We greatly appreciate all the time that, of course, you spend with us, as this meme here from the only DSC is coming out saying one of these two were charged and may go to jail. Take a wild guess which one it is. And of course, it is Shiloh. Now, does that mean Raja is off the hook so far? Yeah, but will that be the case here moving forward? Probably not. As a lot of people are also like, hey, don't forget this 14-year-old Scottish lady that also was just arrested a few days ago, allegedly trying to repel a predator that was trying to hurt her 12-year-old relative here. As the UK police sure do take offensive humor and comments very seriously, while grooming gangs have been let loose, according to some critics, and able to do whatever they want in their particular country to small children. As other people, this is the same person saying, quote, diversity has been a disaster for white women, highlighting some very extreme situations that absolutely are only really being talked about because of the internet, because of social discourse. Now, is this discourse being deliberately kind of set upon us for a particular reason, or is this just something that the system has been trying to keep undercover, that the system has been doing, that the system has been trying to get away with in order to justify larger racial discrimination efforts that have been normalized in many leftist, liberal, woke type of societies that have normalized openly saying, no, if you're white, we could be racist to you, and there's nothing else you could do about it. As a lot of people keep hearing story after story about cultural enrichment and diversity here that I think has been creating a lot of online outrage. But as far as the machine, as far as the kind of corporate media, overwhelmingly, we don't see them kind of play into this kind of race-based type of crime statistics like the people on the internet do. So far, I would always caution before believing anything you see, especially when it comes to social media algorithms that could be, of course, weaponized against that. I would be careful about the weaponization of any type of information for outside groups to use as a way to foster dissent, to foster anger, resentment, hatred, and I think it's fair to assume here that groups of people are being set up against each other, while at the same time it is important to note here that there are real legitimate type of criticisms of the system that are becoming more discriminatory and racist against white people that do deserve to be addressed. Now, in Rochester, we had a woman that didn't say a nice word, that said a mean word to someone who she described as a child that was, quote, acting out. And she used a racial slur. Allegedly, it was against a child with a disability. Again, lots of these things are highly charged, lots of disinformation, lots of stuff. As now, the Rochester City Attorney's Office just moved 3 counts of disorderly conduct against Shiloh Hendrix, as the charges could amount to a maximum of 90 days in jail and or $1,000 fine, as this criminal charge comes after weeks after this incident became viral. A lot of people were talking about retribution against this person because they used a bad word. Now, listen, we live in America. I think we should have a right to burn the flag. I think we should have a right to be offensive. I think we should have a right to say mean words that sometimes offend people. Being offended to me is a personal choice here. And honestly, I think it's a little bit ridiculous to be bringing more attention to this and pressing more charges here when, even though it's something that I personally wouldn't condone or do, it's still words here. Words that some people might find distasteful, but again, words that only have power if people make them have power. Now, before talking about the Raja Jackson case here, which is a little bit more egregious, as a lot of people are saying, there's no charges there. Well, will there be charges? Well, before answering that, and getting into all these other kind of events that are happening in Chicago, in the United Kingdom, in Washington, D.C., we wanted to tell you about wearechange.shop, where you can get shirts like the one that I'm wearing right now. It says, Make Orwell Fiction Again, 1984. To me, it's one of my favorite books. I really enjoyed reading that book. To find this shirt, you just type in 1984 into the search bar right here. You tap in, enter, bada bing, bada boom. You got all our 1984 collection of shirts here. And it was just, again, a personal book that I really loved reading. I think we're far beyond 1984, by the way. I think Orwell's like rolling around to the point where he might cause like a freaking underground earthquake, to the point of like, oh crap, this is insane. I never saw AI and Palantir tech being so powerful. And I think it's important to read. I think it's important to have books, and that's one of the reasons why I think it's important also to represent your discontent against society. There's a lot of things that I am discontent about, especially the Cracker Barrel type of attack that also was a little bit egregious, as we made this shirt saying never forget what they took from us, with the Cracker Barrel logo that they just got rid of. And then we take other logos and we make it our own, just like this one that says America, run on blackmail. Available in black or white, just for $31. Great shirts. I was wearing this shirt yesterday. We have them available in women's. Let's just say I ruffled a little bit of feathers, but guess what? I had fun doing it. People were like, I love that you were wearing this shirt. I love that we could have a legitimate type of edgy type of humor still, that I think we need to bring back here, since humor is being literally criminalized in places like the United Kingdom and Europe, where if you offend someone, even if you're trying to make them laugh, even if you're in a comedy show, jail. I find that ridiculous. I find people arresting people because they're offended, whether it's flag burning or bad words or mean words, ridiculous. And I think these charges are ridiculous, even though I don't condone or agree. There's a lot of things that we don't know that happened beforehand. And truly, with this type of incident here, it is highlighting how we are losing free speech here in America. And I think it's ridiculous that we are. Now, there's another incident that happened with Raja Jackson that is a little bit more visceral. A little bit more crazy, as of course, we saw crazy stream of events unfold on his Kick live stream. He is the son of Rampage Jackson, and Raja Jackson was hanging out with some wrestlers. There was a small altercation when, I don't know if it was a fake bottle or a real bottle was put on against his head. He was hit with it with one wrestler, and then that was on live stream, and then they were arguing. Then they made up, then they apologized to each other, and then a situation unfolded where Raja Jackson was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna really hurt him. I'm gonna knock him out." Something to that effect. Not those exact words. And then of course he got in the ring. He took the wrestler, body slammed him, and once the wrestler was on the ground, unconscious, he decided to continue to beat him up to a bloody pulp where he was left choking on his own blood and teeth. He is now in stable but still critical condition and will probably have tremendous amounts of brain damage for the remainder of his life, as some people are saying that he might never even get the ability to speak again. As there are some people now defending Raja Jackson that took it way too far, that even with the blood of his victim was pacing down the street saying, "No one messes with me." An insane take on a very insane situation that, of course, was premeditated. This is exactly, just to clarify, this is exactly what he was saying before getting into the ring, as, of course, he has not yet been charged or arrested. Now, will he? Probably. It'll probably take a little bit of time. Now, there's other people saying, no, don't press charges. The victim here might not speak. He's going to deal with brain damage, but you're telling him not to press charges. That's what Channel Sonnen is saying, which I think is ridiculous, especially in hindsight with videos like this showing how premeditated all of this was.
I'm gonna really have to show him, like, you can't just hit a fucking can on my goddamn face. I'm really going to hit him, I'm telling you. I'm dead serious. This shit's not gonna be scripted, I'm telling you. I know all wrestling is script. I'm talking about what I'm gonna do to the guy.
Yeah, and now the guy's life is ruined as police forces are being, of course, notified about this particular situation, as they're saying, hey, why haven't there been charges yet? We don't know if there's been charges yet, but Channel Sonnen, who I really liked as a UFC fighter, I really liked as a commentator here, came out with a really stupid take saying this.
You have a police department that is in possession of this information and has not done an arrest. Why? Well, if Stu comes out and says this was all part of the spot, if he just says those words, no matter how much you're reworking reality and history, if he says those words, the police then look like fools.
The guy might not say anything. Ever, because of a complete damage. What are you talking about? Like, this is... And again, I think he might be just too close to this story. Viva Frey, a lawyer, came out saying, this is perhaps the most mind-boggling, stupid take on the Raja Jackson assault coming from Chael Sonnen. Chael, Sicko Stu will likely be struggling with head injuries, brain damage, and physical rehabilitation for the rest of his life. His wrestling career is the least of his concerns right now. Channel Sonnen was essentially threatening his career, saying, oh, I don't know if he's going to have a career if he snitches. Essentially, that is what he's been saying here. Also, police do not need Stu to file a complaint. They have the evidence right there on video. Yeah, that's another thing that he got wrong. Along with the premeditation, which we just saw beforehand, this was a terrible interpretation. That was an insult to the intelligence of anybody who followed you. Bookmark this tweet and the prediction. Raja will get arrested and he will go to jail. And he will look like an idiot for having dedicated a full 12 minutes to defending this brutal, unjustified assault and seemingly attempting to threaten the victim of it into silence. Yeah, absolutely. 110% agree. And again, this is why this meme here, one got charged, another wasn't. Listen, this is just, again, a fake narrative, as there's going to be a charge pressed against Raja. There's going to be charges pressed against him. Now, there's also some fake news. There's this clip going around talking about how Raja was blaming the cameraman for this incident. This video is old. This was before the incident. This was a separate incident, not related to this. And I think we got to be fair and honest. even though what he did was disgusting. There are a lot of people saying, well, he had a concussion. I'm sorry. Listen, people can deal with concussions, but that doesn't allow you to beat someone to a bloody pulp when they're defenseless. That's not an excuse here. Spreading fake videos saying, oh, he has no regret. Oh, he's blaming the cameraman for all this. This is a separate incident, not the incident that everyone's talking about. Let's not spread fake news here. We don't need to spread fake news. But it's pretty clear that what's going on here is despicable. It's disgusting, as we even got a little bit more context from the wrestler who stopped it, who came out and explained the situation a little bit further, as this is the guy who stopped Raja Jackson from attacking Sicko Stu that just decided to respond to Raja in this video clip.
And I'm breaking it up and he shoots a fucking double leg on me. By the way, work a better fucking double leg, you fucking prick. And then I'm telling you to fucking calm down. I'm not even fucking fighting. I'm not even being fucking hostile. Then you're trying to fucking work and get lower, do this, change positions, and I'm over here having to swim with you, all this other shit. And then you fucking punch me in the fucking eye after we're breaking it up, you fucking loser. That's why you got fucking headbutt, and that's why I fucking punch you, and you're fucking lucky I was tired from the match before this. What kind of fucking person are you? You fucking low-life fucking clown. You want fucking clout, so you beat up a guy that's fucking half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to fucking hurt you. The fuck is wrong with you?
So, do you think he wanted to continue beating up Stu?
I think he would have killed him.
If you didn't stop it, right?
I promise you he would have.
He nearly killed him. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Listen, people die like this all the time. There could be a situation where there could be a hemorrhage, blunt force trauma, brain trauma. Listen, this stuff, when you get hit in the head, is no joke. There's no, people get kicked in the head, die all the time. Now, you got someone unconscious and you're constantly just beating on their head, boom, and you keep going and you keep going as they're choking on their own teeth and blood. That is evil type of behavior that, I'm sorry, cannot be excused. There needs to be some justice here, and hopefully there will be.
Killed him. He would have killed me if he would have got the best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu. Clearly, you watched the stream when he's walking away. I'm tired of people fucking with me. I don't care how many times you've been fingered in your life, bro. I don't give a fuck. If you got a fucking problem with the fucking world and the people around you, change your fucking people around you. Change it up a little bit. Go to therapy. Get some fucking help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever fucking live, your fucking father, use his fucking clout, use his fucking knowledge, and then you want to hurt people that don't fucking train like that? You're a fucking bully. You're a bitch. Fuck you. Everybody you taught you.
Yeah, how does he really feel here? Now, obviously, this is someone personal to the matter. Obviously, now they're seeing their friend who is still in the hospital. And this is obviously a wild, wild situation. And is it fair to compare this to the Shiloh Jackson situation? No, I don't think it is. Look how long it took charges to come up against Shiloh. Charges that I think are ridiculous, in my opinion. Listen, it's distasteful. But in America, we have a right to be distasteful. This is why I disagreed with Donald Trump when it came to his executive order with these kind of legalese runarounds going after people who are, quote, burning the American flag. I think it's disgusting. I would never do it myself. But we have a right to be disgusting in our society. And listen, a lot of people in the UK are speaking out against the kind of controversies that are happening to women all over the place. People are being arrested just for their political thoughts and expressions. And it's because there's this kind of legalese nonsense bull crap being like, oh, you offended someone, you should go to jail for hurting someone's feelings. I mean, they hurt themselves with their own kind of made-up hysterical nonsense and dribble. And now I'm supposed to be responsible for other people's feelings. My rights are supposed to go away where someone's feelings starts when everyone's bipolar or insane and has BPD. Get the hell out of here with your nonsense. No. I believe we have a right to defend ourselves. We have a right to speak out against nonsense. What happened with Raja Jackson is disgusting, and I hope he gets held responsible for the clear, extremely egregious, destructive actions that he took against a former veteran that will never be the same because he couldn't control his impulses. I'm sorry, there's no excusing this type of behavior. He deserves to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law for this egregious actions. And I don't care how rich and famous his father is. I don't care how popular. I don't care what Chow Sonnen has to say, even though I really like Chow Sonnen. I think everyone, listen, no one's perfect. Everyone has a little re-retake sometimes. A big re-retake, though. Big re-retake here. And listen, no one's ever perfect, but I disagree with him, disagree with all the nonsense. If you disagree with it as well, share this video. Thank you so much for everyone who came and is buying a t-shirt and supporting this independent media organization. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys doing that. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange. Beautiful and amazing human beings.